So you are listening to the Dave Sweetmore Show, and you'll know by how much we go on about the music scene at the moment and the fact that Wigan is leading the way. One of the bands at the forefront of all of that is the Flechettes, and I'm joined now by lead singer Jack Heaton. Jack, how you doing, man?
Yeah, not so bad, Dave. Nice to see you again.
Yeah, you too, yeah. So next month, and it sounds like miles away, but 2nd of July, you've got an headline gig off the Square in Manchester. How's things looking for that?
It's good. We've been focusing on getting some new songs. I think that's been something that after the new year we focused on heavily, getting new material and getting new inspiration as well, writing things that perhaps we wouldn't have done before, so that when we do get it in the set, it sounds like an entirely new dimension of sound for us, which is always important. Development's always been important for us, as well as variety. Variety's always been an important aspect for the band and the music.
Since the pandemic ended, you've been pretty busy, you've done a fair few gigs in your own right, you've certainly kept out there. Do you feel that break during the pandemic changed you as a band and perhaps changed your inspirations and influences?
Without doubt. I mean, what we started off doing was we sort of thought gigging heavily in the same sort of area would be the best way to get known, and for a while that worked. When the pandemic started though, we realised that because it was such a small area that we were playing in, we had to get wider. So the first thing we had to do, and the most important thing that we learned throughout the pandemic, was social media presence, conducting yourself on social media, engaging with people, making engaging content, things that people want to listen to and things that people engage with. And by extension and via osmosis, people then start listening to the music. We came out of the pandemic sort of like more hungry for bigger stuff, bigger opportunities, basically willing to do everything that we didn't get a chance to do before. So it was important. I mean, it was bad the way it happened, you know, because everything stopped. You couldn't gig, you couldn't record. But doing everything that way taught us things that otherwise we wouldn't have learned.
Do you think because of the pandemic, social media became more important?
Absolutely, without doubt. It was. If it wasn't important before, it's central now, because everybody realises now that the only way to, with it being such a vast sphere of influence, people realise that now you have to be good on that. You have to be, actively trying to engage more with people, and that's something that beforehand we sort of struggled with. Now we're doing content all the time. We're trying to reach new fans all the time, trying to get people interested. So when we do the live shows, they come as a result.
The new music scene in the Northwest at the moment is, in my opinion, probably the best it's ever been, and there's no doubt about it, Wigan is leading the way at that, and you're right at the top of the tree of that. What's going on in Wigan?
I think everybody says it's something they put in the pies.
Is that what it is?
But I personally think that it's been crying out for that for a long time. I mean, you look at sort of like Manchester and Sheffield, and I remember saying to you in 2020, I think it was, or early 2021, Sheffield had its big sort of what would you say big sort of awakening in the mid 2000s, and there was loads of bands coming out. Obviously you had Arctic Monkeys, Reverend the Makers, Milburn and things like that, and like we've got a similar thing going on in Wigan where you've got the Lathams leading the charge, you know, Stanley's and Lilacs and Facades, River, all different bands, and it's just something, and Cavalier as well. It's just something that it's a really great thing to be a part of, because we're all mates as well. We always support each other, we're always looking after each other, always going to each other's gigs, always listening to each other's music, sharing, everything like that. It's a proper community based around music, and it's something that you can't buy. And that's one thing, it's something that you can't buy, and it's something that is dead special when it happens.
I've never known a scene like what's going on in Wigan at the moment. So going forward, you look at the gigs you've got over summer, you've got some great gigs lined up over summer, starting in July the 2nd in Manchester. Tell us a bit about that gig, what can people expect?
So last time we did Off the Square on our last tour, it was the first day on the tour, so there's will this work, will that work? So once you've played somewhere, you sort of know what to expect. So we're absolutely buzzing for the date. Tickets are available, www.thisfeeling.co.uk/Flechettes. And we're also buzzing for the other dates we've got in July. We're buzzing for the one in London with Lee O'Brien. We're buzzing for the one in Blackburn with Johnny Brown from Twisted Wheel. And then a couple of weeks after that, we're playing Why Not? So it's going to be great. I mean, it's a big thing for me personally. I mean, you know me for a long time. I've been a big Blossoms fan, so to play on the same lineup as them after 5 years of sort of trying to get noticed, it's a big thing for me. The lads are all excited for it. The new music's sounding good. Everybody's in good spirits at the minute, and I think after the couple of years we've had, as well as the couple of years the entire world's had, not just the music scene. I think that everybody's buzzing for it, and everybody's in good spirits, everybody's upbeat, and that's what matters. It's about sort of capitulating that now, and it's about making sure that everybody knows, there's stuff going on and stuff to go. So if you like the music, please do come down. We'd love to see you.
It's great to see, and like you say, the passion you put into the music. You're an anthemic band. All of the songs you brought out so far are brilliant. You're a brilliant live band as well. We've spoken about the gigs, and the fact that the gigs you've got over summer they do start in Manchester off the Square on the 2nd of July. What about new music going forward? Can we expect anything?
So right now, behind the scenes, we're working very, very hard at the minute to make things happen behind the scenes. There's a few things that we've got in the sort of pipeline. We're going to be recording basically throughout summer. Looking at releasing maybe sort of autumn time, Christmas time, because we need to make sure that we're building on what we've done before, not letting the hype sort of die out. We need to make sure we're on that. As well as that, we love the recording process. That's one thing as a band we always love. A lot of bands, they don't like, as much as they like playing live, a lot of bands don't like recording stuff. But we love recording. We love getting in the scrutinising the tracks to the absolute maximum so that we get the best out of it. We're always looking at one of our central sort of things, pillars. We always want to be developing the sound. We always want to be developing everything we're doing and getting in the studio and disseminating the songs to a point where you can change stuff on like a macro level. That's something that we've always thought to be really important, even if it goes against something that you like and somebody else thinks, well, maybe we can do that better. That's something that we've always been dead passionate about, making sure that we get the best product we can, so that the people who do listen to the music, that they feel like it's something that they'll enjoy.
Sounds like we've got a very exciting back end of 2022 to look forward to for Flechettes. Jack, you're one of my favourite people in music. You're one of the most passionate people I've ever met in music as well, and I can't wait to see what the back end of 2022 holds, but really, really looking forward to it. So once again, if you do fancy tickets, Flechettes play it off the Square in Manchester on Saturday the 2nd of July. Just remind us once again where you can get tickets for that.
It's at www.thisfeeling.co.uk/Flechettes.
Jack, it's been an absolute pleasure as always, mate. Good luck with the dates you've got coming up, and we'll definitely catch up soon, man, yeah?
Yeah, nice one. Nice to see you, Dave, as always.
Jack Heaton from Flechettes.